Another rainy day outside the Emirates Stadium. When is this rain going to end? Come on, let's get a brew. We'll head inside. We'll leave that out there. That's better. We're back inside. Welcome. At time of recording, it is the 5th of February. I'm not wearing a watch. Arsenal are top of the league. We're through to the Carabao Cup final. We're still in the FA Cup and the Champions League is looking rosy. Let's take stock and work out where we are. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Charles. If you enjoy this video, please give a like and subscribe. But for now, let's talk about how Arsenal are absolutely bossing 25-26 while still being the most boring team in the world. It was only a few days ago that Gary Neville was telling us that Chelsea were walking us towards a cliff edge and that we had to do more in a game where we'd already won the first leg 3-2. We all know what happened. Kai Havertz, he didn't kiss the badge, did he? But he kind of lifted it. We all knew it was what it meant. Scored the winner in the 97th minute to put Arsenal into their first trip to Wembley for 6 years. Cast your mind back even further, and Arsenal had just lost at home in the Emirates Stadium. I was there 3-2 with that weird Cunha celebration. Not sure what that was about. And everyone said, Arsenal, we're going to be bottling it. Go back even further, a 0-0 draw against Nottingham Forest, or a 0-0 draw against Liverpool, or even further than that, if you can cast your mind back to pre-Christmas when we lost to Aston Villa. There have been many false dawns about the end of Arsenal's run in this 25-26 season, but as we head into February, in fact not just head in but get into the meaty middle part of February, we're still on for a very unlikely quadruple. Don't adjust your screens. I said quadruple. I obviously don't think it's going to happen, but until I see a sign that it isn't going to happen, there is a slim chance that it might happen. And I don't know about you, having not seen silverware at the Emirates for a little while, I wouldn't mind having 4 trophies. I think it'd be delightful. So let's take stock of what the pundits are saying. We are the most boring team that the world has ever seen, apparently, which is very awkward in a world where St Tottenham's Day might be happening, the earliest it's ever happened. That's the day that Arsenal can mathematically only finish above Tottenham. We're on course to do it on the 22nd of February at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Lol. But to be honest, we have been lacking in attack. There's not been that fluidity that we're used to seeing at the Emirates Stadium. We haven't got one goal scorer that is just ripping up the goal scoring charts. And I want to look at what's gone wrong there and why that's either a misunderstanding of what's happened or genuinely what is occurring in the Emirates this season. Victor Gyökeres is our top goal scorer. He's on 11 goals with Martinelli on 10. This is in all competitions, by the way. That's not very high for February, but check this, by the end of February, we are well on track to have 100 goals as a team in all competitions. At the moment, we're on 85, I believe, and I think we've got, 6 games to go this month? Apologies for looking down at my screen now to read something off my computer, but if I look at the home games we've had, this is me as a fan in the Emirates as a season ticket holder. Within those 38 games, let's say half of them are at home, 19. I don't know the exact mathematics, let's call it that. We've had a 5-0 win against Leeds. We've had a 3-0 win against Forest. We've had a last-minute equaliser against Man City. Exciting stuff. 2-0 against Olympiacos in the Champions League, followed by a 4-0 against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and then a 3-1 against Bayern Munich. In that time, we also saw Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1, with a hat-trick from Eze. Unbelievable scenes. We had a 4-1 win against Villa. We had a 3-2 against Kairat. Wins against Brighton and Brentford. 2-0, 2-0. This is a team that score a lot of goals. In fact, Eze scoring against Palace in a 1-0 win was even great. Him scoring against his old team. You don't get to see that often. This team entertains and they score a lot of goals. It's just in the big matches they've gone slightly missing, where Man City, the 1-1 draw, I would say the drama was high because I saw Martinelli score in the 93rd minute. But to neutrals, you probably want more goals, less cagey football. I'd put that on Man City rather than Arsenal. Arsenal-Liverpool, 0-0. Not great. Didn't enjoy that game. Again, Liverpool set up looking to stop anything happening. The 1-0 win in the Carabao Cup against Chelsea, perfectly played into Arsenal's hands. That was Chelsea setting up with a defensive back 7. We still won 1-0, got that great goal at the end, and I personally really enjoyed that. So I don't think this is about Arsenal not entertaining. I think this is rival clubs not seeing that 30 goals a season striker and being able to say, you're bundling the ball into the net. There's no continuity in who's scoring the goals, the celebrations. We all thought we'd be doing that a lot more this season, right? But I reckon the way we're going, Gyökeres will score 20 goals this season in all competitions. He's on 11. I don't know, maybe 12, 11. I don't know, let's say 11. I'd be very surprised in the remaining, say, 20 games Arsenal have, or more, depending on how deep we go in cup competitions, that he isn't going to get himself up to 20. I'd be surprised if Martinelli doesn't make 15 and another 2 or 3 players make 10 goals. So I'm not that fussed about it. I think this is rival fans not really understanding how a bigger than the sum of their parts team can perform. Arsenal have been accused of having a very soft underbelly and really not having it in cup competition to get over the line. What we've seen so far this season in FA Cup and the Carabao Cup is Arsenal's ability to grind out good results. We are through to the final of the Carabao Cup, where if we win, it sets us up very well for the end of the season, where in truth we'll probably win more than one trophy if we were to win that. Now, that's not to say Man City can't win in that final. They're a great team, and we all know the games between Arsenal and Man City have been close over the last 3 or 4 years. But we're starting to get a bit strong. Clean sheets are good. It looks like a 3rd season in a row that David Raya is going to get the Golden Glove. He's a modern great that's been hugely underrated, alongside Gabriel and Saliba, who get their credits because they come as a duo, Calafiori on the left, Timber on the right, Lewis Skelly, Nkapie, Ben White. They're all good defenders. Even Mosquera, who's had his injury problems, has been great. And Kepa coming in has a fantastic record as a backup keeper. This Arsenal team know how to stop other teams scoring. And at the same time, when I say we scored 82 goals, that is not a small amount. There's only, I think, 2 sides, maybe one side in the country, Man City, who have more goals. And even then, it's only by about 3 or 4 goals. So Arsenal are up there. We're doing the business. I have a feeling as we pick up more points each week, things will get a bit easier and you'll see that handbrake come off. Maybe some long shots from Eze or Ødegaard, which I think is what we've been missing to make us exciting. We've got 14 games to go in the Premier League, and that represents 42 points. If I think about us being 6 points ahead, what that means is every time we pick up 3 points, or we match Man City, I'm not going to include Villa because I think they're going to drop off, but if we match Man City, i.e. we both draw one week, it's another game ticked off. If there's 42 points to play for, realistically, we probably only need 30 of those. We could probably drop 12 points, which is crazy. With a 6-point lead, I think City will drop more than 6 points, let's say. I think actually Arsenal getting to about 85 points probably wins the league, so we'll see how it pans out. But as we get close to that, as we tick off 3 points, which hopefully we do against Sunderland at the weekend, you'll see that handbrake come off. You'll see some more champagne football. It's like what happens in a cup tie when a team know they're going through and can take their chances. And Arsenal, no doubt, from a technical standpoint, are silky, are smooth. And as goals start coming in for our 3 attackers, which they are, we are seeing it. Gyökeres is scoring more often, that is. Jesus has also started putting the ball in the net. He's got 4 goals, which doesn't sound a lot, but look, he was injured for most of the season. Even Havertz getting 2 goals, including that one against Chelsea. Before you know it, they will all start getting into double figures and more goals going. So I think this boring tag is going to disappear. The big thing for me is if we get anywhere near a quadruple, I don't think we'll do it, but if we win more than 1 trophy, you get into that category of not just we've won the league, which I definitely think we will. You get into the world of doubles, trebles. I need to stop saying quadruple, don't I? It will define how this team is seen in years to come. We won't be that boring team that only did set pieces or had a throwing coach or kept clean sheets and didn't score many bangers. I think we'll very quickly move into a team where you look at it and you go, do you know what? They were the best. They put the ball in the net the best. They had the most wins. They had the best goal difference. They controlled the game but also had a bit of flair. And it is that flair that we've been missing that I think we've had in patches but not in enough games to make people really recognise it. So 38 games into our all competitions. By the end of the season we'll be, 60 games, something like that. Let's do it. Let's take that handbrake off and enjoy it. Anyway, I want to know from you guys, this channel is growing, building. Are you enjoying these videos? If so, please do comment and please click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Even if you only want to put it in there and then take it away at a later date, give me that chance. As I grow, this channel grows, the video qualities can get better. I bring you a weekly video outside the Emirates. This has been recorded literally outside, as you saw at the start. There will be more match day action, hopefully as I'm at Wembley, as I'm in different European venues for Champions League success. You'll get to come on the road with me and we'll do some videos. Anyway, for now, wherever you're watching the football this season, certainly this weekend against Sunderland in the Emirates Stadium, be good humans, do good things. Peace.